Dear Lord, thank you for this last class we have together before confirmation. Please be with the four people who are being confirmed this time. Give them wisdom and courage and strength to get through all that they are doing now and through their lifetime of faith. For everyone who is staying another year and who will be joining us next year, please give them also the same courage to follow you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right. I hope my voice is good today. I'm feeling super allergic from the ozone, and I've had a serious sore throat and a cough, and no, it's not an illness. It is the ozone. I know this to be true. So, but still, my throat's pretty sore and a little scratchy. It happens every time the ozone goes high around here. So, yay for air pollution. But anyway, I don't expect class to be as long today either because we don't have as much to do. So the next thing is, Yosia, can I see your face on camera for a moment, please? Hello, ma'am. So how are you doing with your essay? Where are you at with stuff?
I'm finished, but do I send it in the email that you sent yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, if you send it now, my email's open. I can pop it up and take a look at it while you're here.
Can you type the email again in the chat?
Yes, ma'am. Let me find chat here. We're all becoming tech experts. There we go. Well, she's working on that. Miss Daisy, can I see your lovely face for a moment?
Yeah.
So, have you got the last part of that memory work ready for us?
I'm still working on it. Can you send me it again? Your camera?
Sure. These are things you need to know.
Okay, I sent it to you.
Great. All right, so that's the thing on baptism. Oops. Okay, what's going on with my mouse here?
Do you want me to say them all at the same time, or can I like split it up?
You can split it up. All right, and one more. Um, All right, there you go, ma'am. Let me see what we've got here in the emails. This is really excellent. There's only one little thing that I would say, Yosia. I hate to be the nudge, but Daisy and Haley will tell you we were nudges with them too. Where you said accepting Jesus in the Lutheran Church, we're careful to avoid terms like that because it's the Holy Spirit that brings us to faith. So where it says is when you accept Jesus, it would be better to change it to where Jesus comes into our life, because he's the one that chooses us. Other than that, excellent essay. Are you all going to be able to bring your essays Sunday, or am I going to need to bring them, make sure I bring them for you?
So you want me to bring the paper where I wrote it?
Yes, ma'am.
So you want me to change the part where I said accepting Jesus, right?
Mm-hmm. Just change it to something where it's like Jesus chooses us or Jesus comes into our life. That's it. Otherwise, very good. Yeah, so you all will read your essays, which is another thing. We don't have Haley here to ask us, or Aaron, so I guess we can talk about it next Sunday. But does either of you have a strong preference, either of you that's here, about going first or not going first, or any of the above?
I don't care.
You don't care? Okay. Well, when we get there next Sunday, if you guys can get there by 2:30, that'd be great, because I'm going to be doing a little opening music with Chip, and I have to line you up. Do you guys want to walk in with everyone looking, or would you rather be sat in the pew and just be sitting there? It's up to you guys. Most every other class I've taught here has preferred to just be sitting there waiting instead of having to walk up with it. Okay. Well, I'm sorry. Okay. And Pastor and I will talk about separating. You'll be away from your parents and socially distanced from each other, but we'll figure out where to sit you guys. I'll talk to my husband about that, because there's 4 of you, and we'll sit you. We can't really do much by way of any kind of confirmation cake and party. We have a few snacks and maybe some coffee for those people that want to stay, but I don't really know what all we'll offer. So, your robes have been chosen and hung out. So when you get there for the ceremony, put your robe on. That pastor contacted each parent, and they gave him your height. So Daisy, you sent me your essay via oh goodness. You sent me your essay through Facebook. Do you have a copy of it yourself?
My mom and I after confirmation, we're going to edit it again and send it to you.
Okay. And then you'll be able to print it, or do I need to print it?
You can print it.
Okay. I have a paper copy of Haley's, so I'll take hers over. I don't know about Aaron. I maybe better make a copy of his, but if you can bring a copy, that would be great. Otherwise, we'll be scrambling on Sunday trying to find them. So yeah, that's going to be the thing is, I think it comes a little bit after Pastor puts a blessing on your head, because that's how we've done it before. You'll read your essays. I'll give an introduction to the whole group, so none of you actually has to be the first of the first, because I'll go up and introduce you. I'll be back there behind you guys for moral support, like if the microphone slips or you know, you're feeling lost for a moment or something like that, I'll be back there kind of in that little room with, you know, that little open room off to the side. It's in the same spot. Daisy, you've read lessons before. You'll read it from that same spot where the reader reads the lessons from. So any questions about that? I think you all have done, you know, you've done a good job of talking about what baptism is, you know, what you've learned about it, and also, you know, what your own personal baptism experiences were. So that's great. If we were all kinds of fancy and had a PowerPoint and wanted to put up pictures of your baptisms, that would be great, but we don't. So again, confirmation, you've already had your first communion. Confirmation, we're confirming the promises that each of you had made on your behalf in baptism. So that's what we're doing. Any more questions for me? Do you have anything ready yet, Daisy? Okay. I'm going to take just a moment here. I'm going to send out a text to you guys as parents. Let me see here. Actually, yeah, I'm also going to do it by Facebook. I'm going to like communicate in several ways. Okay, here we go. And then we're gonna watch a little video clip, maybe while we're waiting for Daisy. Does anybody have any other questions? Let's see here. Oops. The All right. How you doing there? How you guys doing? You feel ready to do anything yet? Feel ready to do anything yet, Daisy, or you need a few more minutes?
I need a few more. I'm writing it down.
Okay. So I just sent a message out. I'm going to also text. I sent a message out on Facebook explaining Sunday school. Jessica, you weren't here before. Next week there will not be confirmation class, but I encourage you to tune in and watch confirmation live. Let me double, triple check something right here before I say something. Confirmation is 3, not 3:30, correct? Okay. Yes, ma'am. I mean, yes, sir. Oh, the 23rd. We won't have anything that Sunday then either. That's the NYG parents meeting. Yes. All right. So yeah, I misspoke. Let me see. Um, all right. So as I was trying to explain to everyone, we'll have next week confirmations at 3. Please try and catch it on live stream. The week after that, we're not having class, but but I think there's going to be there's going to be something else going on. So stand by for that. When I hear more word, we'll be letting you and your parents know. But the 30th, Memorial Day weekend, May 30th, we're going to start having Bible class live for teenagers. It won't be regular confirmation class this summer, but like I said, if you have memory work, you can do it. But we're going to do comparative religions. So,
Okay, I got it.
you think you've got it? Great. Go ahead.
Sacraments are commanded by God for the forgiveness of sins, and baptism is the washing away of our sins and the washing of rebirth. Its physical element is water, and it's found in Romans 6 and Titus 3.
Very cool. Very cool. You need a little more time to work on the other ones? All right, very good. Anybody have any questions about anything you've been learning this year? Do you have any more memory work ready, Miss Jessica?
What?
Do you have any more of your memory work ready?
No.
Okay, you're working on the New Testament, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the New Testament song to work on it again?
I don't be working on that. I'm doing songs to work on it.
Do you want to hear the songs?
Like, do I want to hear it right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
this unforgettable vacation memory. It didn't actually begin here. This memory began when Dad booked his family summer vacation early on Verbo.
All right. All right. I'm having trouble with my buttons today. Too many buttons. Here we go. Okay, I'll play it again. All right. There you go. All right, coming, Miss. Oops. Was on.
I almost got it.
Very cool.
Like a minute or two.
I'll find a.
Okay.
You ready?
Wait, let me
Okay.
never mind. Okay. Okay. Voiceover is the body of butterflies, which concerns a mysterious way with the bread and the wine. It which for the forgiveness of our sins is physical element, the bread and wine, and is found near the end of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, which is when Jesus died and his betrayal and
Okay. Very good. What else? Do you need a little more time then to do the confession?
I'm gonna do the last one. But,
All right. Well, she's doing that. Let's see what we can find. We were looking at some stuff last week about let me see here. Let's see if I can find just something on Lutherans on YouTube. Well, here's one. We'll see what he says. If he's like really dull, I'm going to change him though. Some of these guys are pretty uptight. This is a guy talking about why we are Lutherans.
Rico was born in 2014. He was diagnosed at the age of 3 with medulloblastoma. It's an aggressive type of cancer.
Okay, here we go.
So people say to me all the time, so Brian, why is it that you are a Lutheran? It's a good question.
Everything you said, they already knew, more or less. Now here's something that you didn't know. Two of your special atomic bombs hadn't gone off.
In fact, for a couple of years, I was particularly angry with God. And rebellious. I wasn't an unbeliever. I think I was probably worse. I was upset with God. And said, well, if that's how you're going to be, this is how I'm going to be. And it didn't work out well for me.
Interesting story.
When I came back to the church, there was a particularly charismatic, engaging, but also charismatic, a youth pastor at that ELCA church who took me under his wing and started teaching me how to read the Bible.
Oh, yeah, not going to watch him. He's kind of one of those other, he's of a different branch of Lutherans, and, yeah. Here's one, Lutherans in America. Let's give this a look.
Right here in my hand, I am holding something that's pretty important to me. This is my copy of Luther's Small Catechism that I've had since I was about 13. From 7th through 8th grade, I attended a once-a-week class at my church with a bunch of other 7th and 8th grade.
Wow, sounds familiar, right? You guys attended a once-a-week class.
This book and the Bible and learned what it meant to be a Christian according to Martin Luther. And when the course was completed, we became full members of the Lutheran Church. Growing up, I noticed that there weren't too many Lutherans where I lived. And if I met another one, there was like a 99% chance that they went to the same church that I did. As someone who has retained their faith into adulthood, knowing that there are fewer adherents to my particular brand of Christianity has some upsides and downsides. Downsides being that I am concerned with the fate of a larger number of souls, as well as fewer people simply understanding my church's denominational positions. The upside, however, is that politicians don't bother pandering to your religious group because you're not really a valuable voter demographic like Baptists or Catholics.
Yeah, but there was an even smaller denomination that politicians actually pandered to all the time. And they had a significant political influence on America prior to the Civil War. They're called Unitarians.
Good point, Cypher. The size of a religious group doesn't necessarily reflect its political influences. Oh, by the way, that's Cypher, the cynical historian. This is a collaboration between his channel and mine, so when you're done watching this video, you should go ahead and watch his. Anyways, I was curious as to why Lutherans have had so little influence on the culturally Protestant United States, despite the fact that Martin Luther was the first Protestant reformer. In my research, I came across an important conclusion. Lutheranism, in its interpretation of the Bible and by extension its interaction with the world, is very conservative. And this goes back to the very beginning. I want to make a video about the Reformation at some point in the future, so I'll keep this part short. And hopefully future me will remember to link that future video in the eye in the upper right hand corner or in the description. The Reformation was started by German monk Martin Luther. He was concerned over what he saw as the many unbiblical teachings and practices of the church, in particular the selling of indulgences, which are basically coupons for lessening the amount of time spent in purgatory after you die. On one hand, Luther didn't see the power to sell indulgences given to the church in the Bible, and on the other, Luther was becoming less and less certain of the existence of purgatory at all, especially after he rejected the Deuterocanon. Although Luther believed that the church shouldn't be charging people for salvation,
Deuterocanon is a big fancy word for something we've talked about a couple times, especially last year when you guys had Bible history. We took a little time to talk about some books that Roman Catholics and Eastern Orthodox people use that we don't use, called the Apocrypha. In the back of your catechism, it also gives a bit of a history, the time between the testaments back here. And it talks about, because you guys got a different looking catechism than this guy, right? I remember the one he's talking about. But the Apocrypha talks about when that was written. I see you're back with us, Miss Daisy. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let me...
So, I have confession and absolution is not a sacrament. The past 3 years are sins, and announces our forgiveness to the Lord, which is found in John 28 and Matthew 18.
Matthew 18, yeah. Yeah, so the pastor announces forgiveness on Christ's behalf, because I'm pretty much sure none of us here gets to hear Jesus' voice directly. So he speaks so that we have that assurance that God is speaking, because we're not hearing Jesus' voice directly. So yeah, it gives that comfort and assurance. So that wraps up the memory work part. I'm going to make sure Pastor puts the notes on there. Do you want to try and do any more of your books of the Bible today, Miss Jessica?
Probably next Sunday.
Okay. Next Sunday we won't be here, remember? And we won't be here this Sunday. Well, we won't be here the following Sunday for this same purpose. We have to wait and see. There might be another type of meeting. May 30th. May 30th, 9:30 in the morning. Come live to our confirmation class. It's in the building where the pastor's offices are. Have you ever been live to that classroom, Jessica? The classroom where I teach from when I'm over there, there's another building where Pastor Ramon and my husband's offices are. And if you go all the way down that hallway, there's a couple rooms in the back. And we're back there.
For what is it?
That's for our class 9:30 on May 30th. We're going to start being live. So the times of church service are going to change. The Spanish service is going to be combined Spanish and English, and it's going to be like at 11 o'clock. The early service, English only, is going to be at 8 o'clock, and we're going to have a live class with all of us there in person, 9:30. Okay? So we're going to do that over the summer. So once again, what we're going to do this summer, it's not going to be confirmation class per se, but I would encourage you to go because you can do some of your memory work this summer there if you want. But we're going to spend the summer, this is what we do a lot of times, we're going to spend the summer talking about all kinds of other religions. Hopefully you've got a sense of what Lutherans believe. We'll talk a little bit about Eastern Orthodox, Catholic, Muslims, Mormons, Jews, all kinds of other Buddhists, all kinds of other religions around the world. And so it might be something that you learn something from. It's a little bit lighter than, all of the teaching and trying to get lots of stuff in your head. I would encourage you too, you and your younger brothers and sisters, any of you who have younger brothers and sisters, if you're starting to feel safe and you're coming back to church, please come to Sunday school and bring some friends. Like, you know, over this summer we were saying, you know, we're trying to come back live. We need some fellowship. We need to be able to start talking to each other. We need to have a place to be, right? So in that little classroom, you know, if we start to run out of space, we'll fold up the tables. We'll make room for whoever we need to make room for. But try to be there so you guys can start seeing each other again in person. And that's what we're going to be doing with our summer. Any questions? Then by next fall, hopefully everybody will feel comfortable coming to live class again for sure, because regular confirmation instruction, and next year it'll be Bible history, we will be back live in the classroom next fall. By then, everybody's expecting we won't need masks or anything else like that. Do you guys have any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are we gonna do anything in the kitchen, or are we like getting out early?
We will be getting out early, yeah. I just want to make sure everyone understands what's going on the next 3 weeks. So what's going on next week? Pardon me?
So we don't have confirmation next week or the week after that?
Correct.
Next week have
Correct.
confirmation ceremony, and then next week there's something else going on?
Correct. We're trying to get that scheduled, and that I think will be virtual, or at least have a virtual option. And then May 30th. What's happening May 30th, people? Besides Memorial Day weekend?
Go back live?
Go back live. 9:30 in the classroom. And
8:30, like in the morning, right?
9:30 in the morning, yeah. Before church starts, because you guys' church time is going to be moved later. So yeah, before church starts. And that next fall, that's what time we will still meet when we meet live. So this summer, I expect we'll have a lot of teenagers together. That's why it's not going to be just confirmation class. We'll be looking around. The church will be looking around for some teachers for people who are out of confirmation class. And then by next fall, if not before, those of you who have been confirmed will get to move on to a high school class. But until then, we're all going to meet together because, you know, coming out of a pandemic, we're doing it one step at a time. So yeah. So if you're not able to go to confirmation, or you're not part of confirmation, what can you do next week at 3 o'clock? Can watch the confirmation ceremony. Go on Facebook Live, right? Watch your friends. Watch them sweat it out, having to read their essays live to everyone. It's not that bad though. No one's passed out from it yet, and we've done it like 4 years, I think now. I think that this is group number 4, maybe 5. I'll have to go back and count. Yay. You look sleepy, Jessica. This is our last time as far as this group being this group. Now, some of you, this is not your last time because you'll be back with us next year. But this group, as far as this being this group, this is your last time. Anybody have any thoughts? Anything they wanted to say to their fellow students? Anything?
To get your memory work done as soon as possible.
I would agree with that. Those of you who are just coming out of your first year, yeah, get to work on it. You don't want to be caught because, yeah, last minute. Don't want to be caught last minute doing it. That's a good one. Yes, ma'am.
Well, so the Spanish church, will combine with the English?
It's going to be bilingual, and it's going to be at 11 o'clock at least over the summertime. What happens after this summer, I don't know. But that's how it's going to be over the summertime. There'll be someone translating at 11.
Okay, thank you.
And so Bible class and Sunday school will be at 9:30. But yeah, get your memory work done. You have this summer, you can work on it this summer because you won't have school. Anybody here gonna have a summer job? Or summer volunteering or anything? Yeah, you're pretty young for actual jobs, but some people, their parents are like, you're gonna volunteer at the library this summer. What you got, Daisy?
I have a sports camp that I might go to this summer.
Yep. How many people here are going to Camp Aloma this summer?
I'm not sure.
You are, Yosia? What week are you going?
I don't know. I have to ask my mom.
Oh, okay. Well, cool. Yay for all of you.
Yeah, I might go with my friends, but I don't know if I will.
Okay. Also, some of you start thinking about youth group. We want to start getting that back together and need some ideas. We need some ideas. You know, society isn't all the way opened up yet. You know, back in the day, if you had enough money to go bowling we all just met and went bowling, you know, that would be something that I don't know how much bowling alleys are open and how much families feel safe sending their kids bowling yet. But we got to think, excuse me?
I know, like, I'm not in a youth group, but, like, I think y'all could, like, go to a park or something. I don't know.
I was thinking about that too if it wasn't too hot.
Yeah, it could be, like, a water park or something, like, with a splash pad or something. I don't know. I just thought of that since it costs money.
Yeah, you know, that's true because there's over at Pioneer Park, there's a splash pad. That might be kind of fun. That's a great idea.
Yeah, and there's also, like, a pond so you can just look at you guys can go fishing.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea because I've forgotten about the splash pad there. We'll have to keep that in mind. We'll figure it out, but thanks for that. Wanted to just have some summer activities to get out, you know, to have a little devotion and meet with each other and have a good time, right? Need to also know who's free on what days because our bigger kids are all starting to take jobs, and so that's being a challenge for everyone. Well, if no one has anything else, I just want to encourage you again to stay faithful. You know, confirmation is not graduation. Stay faithful through a lifetime of this. Start thinking about inviting your friends because a lot of people are falling away from church. I'd like to think here at Apostles we've tried really hard to have a really quality Sunday school. Of course, things faded a little bit during Corona time, but everybody's trying to bring the Sunday school back. Like I said, you got younger brothers and sisters or nieces and nephews at home. Encourage them to get to church. Invite friends to Sunday school. Because as the world around us is not as much into Christianity, we need to make sure we understand what we believe so that we can stay Christian and stay faithful. And plus, Sunday school is a place to have friendships. I mean, yeah, you can't be cutting up the whole time, but there's a little more wiggle room than in church to, you know, be a little bit friendly, right? So Sunday school is a good place to be with your friends. Anybody willing to pray? This one last time. Anybody?
I can.
Go ahead. Thanks, Daisy.
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for these past 2 years and thank you for helping us with your own agenda. And I hope everyone's had a good week and us next one. Bye.
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 Bye. God bless. I'll see some of you next Sunday. Yay.
Bye, Miss Myers.
Bye-bye.